In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Sometimes we have to make an important deal. Sometimes we have to make an important deal. Something very important is going to be negotiated with someone else. We want to sell something which is important to us, or we want to buy something which is important to us. Selling or buying, selling or buying, or going into a partnership deed. Going into a partnership deed. Some of the negotiations and some of the deals are very important. Why these are so much important? Because if at all we do make a wrong deal, then we have to make, then we have to repent, and then we have to regret, maybe for a longer period of time. Maybe this regret will span over all of our life. So that is why I do think that I do say that this is an occasion, and this is a sort of situation which must be taken seriously, and rather quite seriously. It should not be tackled in a casual manner. It should not be tackled in a casual manner at all. It should be taken seriously. We need to make ourselves understand, and we need to tell us that this is something which is important enough, and I have to be very careful about it. It is something which is important enough, and I have to be careful enough about it, and rather I have to be quite careful about it, because failing to be careful enough, failing to be cautious enough, and failing to be alert enough might cause a sort of big loss to me, which will make me repent and regret for the rest of my life. This is number one. And number two, I think so that some of us, when they come across any junction of their life, once they come across a sort of situation where they do have to make an important decision, they feel excited or they feel depressed. Either it is excitement or a kind of depression or being panicked. Both of these things are quite dangerous. Being in an excited state of mind is quite dangerous indeed. Why so? Because while during the time a person is excited enough, she will fail to consider everything else about a deal, about a negotiation. She will fail to take it seriously enough. And why? Because they are excited, because she is excited. So excitement is a kind of situation which must be avoided, and usually we do feel excited that maybe I am going to fly, maybe I am going to take off, maybe I am going to achieve something big. It is okay that you might achieve something good, but there are enough amount of chances that you might lose something big. You might lose an opportunity, and this loss of opportunity or this bad deal, a deal which was designed to make the other people give a big advantage over you. I think this happens when somebody is excited. So we do have to keep ourselves away from the excitement at any cost and every cost, and we do have to keep ourselves normal enough. We need to tell ourselves repeatedly that this is something, a very important place, a very important situation, and I do have to take care of myself. I do have to control myself, because failing to control is definitely quite dangerous to me. And at the same time, where the excitement is bad, feeling a kind of depression or feeling a sort of panic feeling, I think this is very bad indeed. And panic feeling also mean that we will be easily pressurized, and we will be easily blackmailed, and we will get capitulated. And we don't have to be capitulated at all, rather we do have to resist. We do have to resist everything which does not go into our interest, and particularly if something is important enough, if something is major enough. No excitement and no panic at all. No excitement and no panic at all. We do have to keep ourselves normal. Some next thing which is so important that I shall call it something of paramount importance. What is this, by the way? During the negotiations, there are several stages of a negotiation, not just one. There are several stages of negotiations and not just one. During the course of negotiations, during the course of negotiations, I think that we need to keep ourselves normal enough. We need to take time. We need to take time to make a decision which is regarding and relating to one stage, to one phase, to one stage of the negotiation, or the other stage, the other phase of the negotiation. Each and every phase must be taken seriously, and then only, if at all we are taking every step, we are taking every stage and every phase of a negotiation, of a decision making, then only I think that we shall be able to conduct the negotiation in our own interest, or maybe in a win-win situation. Otherwise we are going to be manipulated, otherwise we are going to be exploited. We don't have to get exploited at all. We don't have to be manipulated. We don't have to get manipulated at all. We must we we should be determined enough not to even exploit or manipulate someone else, and not to create a kind of zero sum game for somebody else. Rather we should be adamant that we shall be inshallah able to create a kind of win-win situation where both of the counterparts are going to win, and nobody else is going to lose at all. This is only possible if at all we are serious enough about each and every stage of the negotiation. And each and every stage of the negotiation, we must take time for the clearing of our mind about each and every stage. And at the end of negotiation about one stage, I think that we should take time. And not only this thing, we need to do some sort of homework as well. We need to do plenty of homework as well, and we need to think what are the options available to me, and what are the pros and cons of each and every option available to me in front of me. We need to consult somebody. Who is wise enough, the person who is experienced enough, the person who is intelligent enough, especially a person who is somewhat closer to us, and even the people who are not so close to us, but they people have enough senses, they people have enough experience to give a sort of valuable opinion, to give a kind of valuable advice to us. This stage is very important, I think so, that taking time at each and every stage. Thank you.